Greetings, everyone. As always, I hope this message finds you well, rested, having had an enjoyable weekend, and ready for an amazing new week with new opportunities to be able to continue making yourself better and lifting the lives of those around you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Mental Health Moment with Dr. Matt. So this weekend, I had the honor and privilege of watching my son have his best basketball game yet. As a little one, he just scored 4 baskets in a single game, 8 points, and ended up helping push his team over to the victory. And in celebrating his victory, my son was asking me many questions about what it takes to be a champion, work ethic, so on and so forth. And I had the thought, why don't I introduce him to the Rocky series right here and now? So we spent the evening watching various Rocky movies, and when we stumbled upon Rocky 3, there was something that Apollo Creed says to Rocky that I think is extremely insightful and something that many of us perhaps lose sight of as we're going along. He was explaining to Rocky how now, having won the championship, he's the world heavyweight title winner, defended it 10 times, but is now facing different opponents. And in this case, it was Mr. T, who's Clubber Lange in the movie, and he ends up going down in the second round the first time they fight one another. And Apollo said to him, "You no longer have the eye of the tiger." And Rocky's like, "What?" He's like, "You don't have the eye of the tiger. After winning the championship belt, you no longer put forth the effort that you had done to be able to get to this point in the very beginning. When you were somebody who was a no-name, you had nothing to lose, you had everything to prove to everybody, and now that you've arrived, you've been able to let go. You're here in the limelight, you're reaping the rewards, everybody knows who you are, and so on, and you're not working nearly as hard. To be able to beat Clubber Lange, you're going to have to see the eye of the tiger and go back to the very beginning, and that's a big part of what Rocky 3 is about, is going back to one's roots. And I think that that's something that many of us forget later on down the line. We work so hard, whether that's getting the promotion at work, whether that's earning a graduate degree, an undergraduate degree, or any type of degree for that matter, opening a business, writing a book, winning the game, winning the championship, any of those types of things, that often we end up getting to that point and then we don't work as hard. We become complacent. One of the things you have to remember, and what I oftentimes say, is the world is dynamic and so are we. Things change. Just because you got to the top at one moment doesn't mean that you're going to stay there. And there are many people who are looking to take you down so they can have their opportunity. So in order to stay at the top, you have to continue being a champion day in and day out. And as a matter of fact, once you do get to the top, oftentimes you have to work even harder than you did to get there to begin with. So those are some of my words of advice from the Rocky movies. Really great series if you haven't seen them before, but continue living your day like a champion. Remember, every single moment is a new opportunity, and now is yours to continue moving forward and living that life that you see worth having. All right, take care and go be a champion.